manual typewriters.
Yeah.
We moved to electronic typewriters. Alaji, I'm sure you recall this transformation. Then from electronic typewriters, we went into desktop computers where we use floppy disks. All these things have been transformation and improvement. At the time we were doing all these things in Kenya, they were already dealing with M-Pesa as a mobile money platform.
Yeah, M-Pesa. Mm.
So in our language, they say that somebody goes to shank and another person goes to sit on the shit and say that I did it.
Oh, Bernard. Can we conclude? Thank you.
I'm here to eat. So I'm just letting you know that some.
What you are saying has no correlation to what
let him finish.
So in effect, look, these things that have come would have necessarily come whether there was a Bawumia as a vice president or not, because the telecommunication sector and the expansion has been, they started and then this improvement came up.
Okay.
So today, the vice president is not talking about the exchange rate. Today, the vice president is not talking about inflation. Today, the vice president has drifted away from the very essence of which Nana Akufo-Addo said it's the reason why I brought you. And now he's talking about transient things that has been added onto, in fact, which would necessarily have come, whether he was vice president or not.
Whenever I say my PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
You were till for a PENDREAM TV in Pacho. When you say the news not off from an near the brow. News ya Obabeti in Pacho, so I didn't want to Trebia and also I didn't Trefa. News be I present your platform where you saw for your voice note not for sending it. I was 0277 128 777. The debate 2 PENDREAM FM so Magana for Ninati Onka. Yanko T and a story I did Bremon.
On Pan African Television, Honorable A.B. Husseini has dealt with his issue. Sabu has dealt with his issue. Let's now come to Comrade Bernard Bona. Comrade, if you was its name, not to Abapa.
Whether they can say something like that.
It's simple, yes. We'll use it. Okay, let's allow Comrade.
Shewodachi, Nato Abba. But Kwame, I've heard you in your synopsis.
Yes, sir.
Say that the Muslim caucus in Parliament has issued a statement.
Yes.
And I don't. Can I make my point?
No. Let him make his point.
No. So I see in the Daily Post that headlined, "Don't use Muslim caucus for your parochial political interests. Boli MP warns Faruku Mahama." Vice Chairman of the Muslim caucus in Parliament, Yusuf Suleimana, has criticized his chairman Faruku Mahama for issuing a statement to condemn the Ningo Pram MP's supposed inappropriate comments against the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and the story continues. So it appears to me that there is some disagreement, and that even the Muslim caucus in Parliament is being threatened by the unilateralism that is being introduced by the chairman Faruku Mahama. That there was no consultation for the group to take a point or to take a position, and the statement was issued. So when these rebuttals are coming, and where I said it is unhealthy for the group that decided to come together on the banner of furthering their interests in Parliament, where Muslims will pray in Parliament, what other things they should ensure, because there are times that when it's time for prayers, Parliament will be sitting, and as a caucus they need to fight and to work together. Those are the concerns of that group. And all of a sudden, if it is about issuing statements without the other side, you may end up injuring the unity and bond. And I think that this statement doesn't bode well with me, because I would have thought that for whatever reason, the two sides, at least the vice chairman, should have been in the picture to say clearly that, oh, this is the position we want to take, but we want you as Mr. Chairman to issue the statement. And Yusuf's statement does not support it. Kwame, I agree with you in toto that we cannot reduce our politics to non sequitur.
What is that word?
Useless issues. We cannot. Our politics must be about how we'll be able to improve the lot of the people.
I agree.
It should be about how we will be able to transform our unemployment situation, or if you want it, unemployable situation to employable situation. Because we're training many young people in universities and in other fields that when they come out, they are not simply employable. Our politics should be about how we'll be able to produce onions so that our importation of onion will be lessened. Our politics should be about how we'll be able to produce the sufficiency of rice and of maize and of millet. Our politics should be about how we can transform our education into practical oriented education that will give people the opportunity to access work when they complete schools. Our politics should be about how we'll be able to sustain and fortify our health systems so that officials of state will be able to patronize our healthcare and our educational system and not send their wards outside of the country and leave us to die in the poor educational system that they are leaving for us. Our politics should be about how when those of us privileged by the votes of the people are put into office, we'll be able to add on to the state assets and not to steal and sell off the state assets. That should be the politics. Our politics should be about those who have run down state institutions, how we will arrest and prosecute them so that tomorrow they don't turn around to come and say that they have the temerity to want to buy the institutions that they have deliberately run down.
Yep.
We have people who have worked at Tema Oil Refinery. They did everything for Tema Oil Refinery to go down. Today, they are parading as businessmen wanting to buy the same company that they could not make profitable. Such people are criminals and should be in jail. That is our spirit of politics. It is not about whether you are a Muslim or you are a traditional worshipper like me or you are a Christian. Where is this coming from? How much have we been able to use that religion to further? And I keep asking the question, Alaji, from independence to date, has it not been the church?
Always.
That has led us. If it's not the church, it's the mosque. What is the moral compass that these people have led us with? In effect, the leaders that we have produced, majority of them are thieves. Which of the religions permit our people to be thieves? We still go and raise them, and we worship and we pray for them.
It's true.
Right? We give them the best of prayers. When we go to church, and you go to church, Alaji, those of us, the hoi polloi, who sit at the back, do you know what they do to us? They raise their hands and pray and say that may the blessings of God be with you. But those who have stolen our wealth, they bring them in front and gather all of us and ask us to pray for them. They should get special prayers and special anointings so they can continue to steal from us. That is not the politics we want to run in our nation. But where is this argument coming from? It is coming out of the fact that whether it was a passing comment or it was a serious comment by the vice president when they met at, I think, last year's Maulid at the chief imam's place. When John Mahama decided to run what is it? One of the surahs.
Yes.
Is it Surah Fatiha or something?
No. It was a
Then he decided to recite it. When he finished, the vice president in response said that why? Hey, the president, if he wants to be reciting Quran, he should become a Muslim. He should tuba.
That he said Kullu nafsi zaikatul maut. every soul shall taste of death.
Why is he interjecting me?
No, you asked for that. Oh, but I thought I was rather helping.
No, don't help me.
You said,
if you help me, Sabu will come and next me and tell me that he's also helping me.
Honorable, because of time.
I was pulling if he told me that I should be taken.
What he said is an ayah. That's not a surah.
Me, I don't know surah and ayah. I don't know them.
That's what he said.
Honorable will not go down that fight.
I know, right? But he has always told us that you don't threaten the chief with a mustache.
Please, let's proceed.
You understand? And then the vice president came out and said that, right, if you want to be reciting the surah or ayahs, then we should tell him Malam John. He used the term Malam John, that he should tuba. That is where all these things came from. Then in another breath, the same man during his campaign said that, look, me, I was part of the Methodist Brigade group, and that when I was going, I was called Timothy. So they say that the man is now Alhaji Dr. Timothy, Vice President Bawumia. Is that not it? Because in one breath you were a boys brigade, in another breath you are a Muslim. So you are reminding us that there is no problem. Kwame, my wives are Muslims. They are Muslims. There is no religious difficulty in my house. My kids, I tell them, choose where you want to belong. I don't impose anything on them. I was born a Catholic. I have no difficulty. So if it is about Muslim Christian turf war, then in my house, how are we going to live? And there are many people in this country who are either married to Christians or they are married to Muslims. There are people who don't even believe that there is God. So let us tone down on these non-issues. Because being a Christian or a Muslim, I have sat here and I say, and I've met people in the church, and I ask them, are you happy with the kind of people? One of them, Akufo-Addo, goes to church, right? Under his leadership, Ken Ofori-Atta is stealing. Under his leadership, Cicely Adapao, they are all Muslim. In fact, Ken Ofori-Atta comes to parliament and quotes the Bible and go to steal our wealth. Is that what Christianity taught us? So what are the guiding principles? So look, let's not, because when it comes to religion, I say, look, nobody use rational thinking to deal with religion. Right? If you want to deal with rational thinking that A plus B must equal to C, you will never believe in anything in religion. Mm-hmm. And so let religion be to those who want to. And let us do with the issues that afflict us. What are the issues? I have already enumerated. I listened to Sabo pontificate that today, Kwame, he says that today you don't need to go to queue and go and pay your national health insurance. So we should clap for them. I grew up at the time and I worked at Internal Revenue. And at the time I was working, Edward Salia was Minister for Transport and Communication. And Edward Salia brought in the expansion or opening up of our telecom spaces. You recall Mobitel? Mejina Abontin, make us say. You remember that? That one was brought by Vice President Bawumia.
No.
You remember when we opened up the space and brought space phone? Scancom came with space phone, which later became space phone Ariba. Before it became Ariba, and today it is MTN. That is how it moved.
From Mobitel, I remember Mobitel to...
You understand? Mobitel is now Tigo.
Yeah.
We know these things did not start from Bawumia. So Edward Salia played no role in the transformation of our telecom and ICT sector. Now move to what Phil Gabra and John Mahama did. Then move forward to what under Kufuor was President Kufuor Minister for Communication. It escaped me. They came and sold Ghana Telecom. Then they sold Ghana Telecom. And then they brought in Vodafone, also expanding in their own way. Then the Haruna Idrisus and Omani Buama came and continued. And today is the turn of Oslo-Osu. And in all this, look, we used manual typewriters.
Yeah.
We moved to electronic typewriters. Alaji, I'm sure you recall this transformation. Then from electronic typewriters, we went into desktop computers where we use floppy disks. All these things have been transformation and improvement. At the time we were doing all these things in Kenya, they were already dealing with M-Pesa as a mobile money platform.
Yeah, M-Pesa.
So in our language, they say that somebody goes to shank and another person goes to sit on the shit and say that I did it.
Oh, Bernard. Can we conclude? Thank you.
I'm here to eat. So I'm just letting you know that some.
What you are saying has no relation.
Let him finish.
So in effect, look, these things that have come would have necessarily come whether there was a Bawumia as a vice president or not, because the telecommunication sector and the expansion has been, they started and then this improvement came up.
Okay.
So today, the vice president is not talking about the exchange rate. Today, the vice president is not talking about inflation. Today, the vice president has drifted away from the very essence for which Nana Akufo-Addo said it's the reason why I brought you. And now he's talking about transient things that has been added onto, in fact, which would necessarily have come, whether he was vice president or not. Right. I don't know what we call achievements.
Well, thank you very much, Bernard Mona, and thank you, Honorable Ebuseni. Thank you, Sabo. My time is up. My name is Kwame Usuda. So thank you. I'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.
10 minutes, 2 minutes.
Story a oti sisi ano a platform my friend PENDREAM TV and I uti story no na o feedback ho hia empa story a watie no any story be a platform no so be a watie a opese o my feedback no fafa WhatsApp message or WhatsApp number 0277128777 na yebebo e wo PENDREAM FM Ghana for nyina ate won ka
dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase na so far so good say open online portal e wo Ghana nipa share nipa follow nipa comment here to my best of knowledge without any biases PENDREAM TV